Luscious Latasha. Wait a minute, this is a SmackDown review. Knee to face. You're welcome, Shinsuke.
I don't give a flying fuck what he thinks. I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Hello everybody there. Right there on the Joe Cronin Show. The hardcore legend Mick Foley.
You're watching the Joe Cronin Show with Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
How about this? If you're gonna call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, fuck you.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Knee to face, motherfucker. Online Persona, thanks for the 100 bits to start this show off tonight. Listen, I'm not going to come here every week and gloat about how we were right, about how Shinsuke Nakamura needed a one-line catchphrase, but I'm going to do it every week. Every week I'm going to come on here because I have a suspicion that somebody listened to us, because literally a couple weeks after tweeting this out at them, they did it. But I'm just happy it happened because it's so much better. Now listen, I thought tonight's ending to the show was going to suck. I thought this was going to be a very piss-poor ending. I actually liked the ending. I liked the playfulness of Shinsuke and AJ. You remember Wrestle Kingdom 9 when they faced off with the New Japan IWG, whatever the fucking, I can't remember all these letters. The championship of New Japan. For the people that don't watch it, no idea what I'm talking about anyway. But the bottom line is they faced off. I think that was, if I'm right, that was the match where AJ stood across from Nakamura and he did the whole Bullet Club, shoots him with the gun, and then Nakamura was like, and just fucking ate the bullet. That was fucking great shit right there. I was like, oh shit. And then they got it on. So we saw a little bit of that sort of playfulness of these two competitors, these athletes, tonight here on the on SmackDown. Not a big fan of the face. You know, I'll watch your back, you watch mine as we go to WrestleMania. Not a big fan of those. They're always a little bit weaker. That being said, just the name of the match, Nakamura versus AJ Styles, is what's going to sell the match anyway. AJ Styles is also somewhat injured. His right ankle, I believe it is. His ankle is busted a little bit. Not busted, but, you know, tweaked. And so they're being careful. So there's that too. So all things considered, you know, just get these two guys in the ring at WrestleMania. Don't care what else happens. But the problem is, you know, lack of interest and storyline leading up to that. But that last exchange at the end there was interesting to me. So that was kind of cool. I also did watch, I was able to somehow watch almost all of SmackDown tonight and watch Roseanne, both episodes. I can't believe it. I would say Roseanne was better, but that's just my opinion.
Was it good?
I watched it, and I liked it. You know, it's weird because there's a lot
I
of...
have so many questions. I can't wait to see it.
We'll do a Roseanne review later. Because, yeah, it's very... like, Roseanne's like a Trump person, and, like, the rest of and, like, Jackie's like a Hillary or whatever, but like it's funny. It's actually funny. It's not like annoying. Like you would think it'd be annoying. Like it's like, oh, they're shoving the agenda down our throats. Here it is. But instead of shoving the agenda down our throats, they're more like, it's weird. They're almost like, yeah, they're like making fun of the whole thing that's going on right now with everybody. So it's actually really cool. So I don't have a problem with it at all.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's one of those things. This is a situation, real quick before we get back to wrestling, where I like what they're doing in the show. It's not being forced. Like, I mean, maybe a little bit, because when you look at it on the outside, it's a little weird. But it's not really. So I can deal with it. Put it this way. If it was being forced, I would hate it and tell you that. But anyway, let's move on to SmackDown tonight. But I did watch Roseanne. And the Bruins are playing the Winnipeg Jets. It's a whole fucking full night for me. I'm having a blast. SmackDown for me was not that impressive. It was better than last week, I will say that. But not much better. Are we going to get the Bludgeon Brothers in this? Is this going to be what we thought, a triple tag team match? Because I'm a little bit concerned.
Yeah, I think it was announced at the end.
Oh, my Christ.
I'm pretty sure.
Just put a bullet in my put a bullet in my head. This will be the WrestleMania that time forgot, bro.
Well, especially now with Charlotte being injured, and the thing is,
Charlotte's okay. She'll be all right.
She should be good by then, but you know, they announced Daniel Bryan announced the match, the tag team match with Shane, and it's odd because Shane went ahead and posted earlier today, you know, a picture of him in the hospital with his son. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there.
Well, I think Shane's based on what they did tonight. I think Shane's going to make it, which is crazy.
I think so.
And I mean, Charlotte will definitely make it. Charlotte, we found out that Charlotte's issue is just dental surgery, so she'll be perfectly fine.
Well, she had an infection, right?
Yeah, like an infection in the mouth. But that can mean anything. I mean, I had an infection in my tooth, and they fixed it. So,
yeah,
you know, I don't know how bad it was. I would assume that, you know, 3 to 5 days, and you're pretty much normal after.
Yeah,
you know,
she should be good after a week's time. But it's smart for them to keep her, you know, off TV tonight.
What Shane was talking about, that's scary. Like diverticulitis, you can't. That's not good. Like that's a whole different
that's something
thing.
that can't be messed around with. It's extremely painful, and I mean, we saw the picture he posted. You know, he says, "I'm healing up. I have the best medicine in the world with me," referring to his son. So.
And a hernia.
Yeah, that's. I
mean, he's got a hernia and a acute diverticulitis. Whatever the difference between regular diverticulitis and acute diverticulitis is, I don't know. What I will say too is last week was popping because of Daniel Bryan returning to the company. And, I mean, we had 1,000 people watching this SmackDown review last week. That was unbelievable. We'll probably get to 600, 700 tonight. But that was just showed you the popularity of what went on last week. It was incredible. My Raw review was taken down last night. I do believe I know the reason. What happened is I tweeted it out somewhere, and then, like, it caught main audio, whatever. And WWE made a mistake. Their robots made a mistake and took it down, thinking that it was the actual show. Which has happened before. All I got to do is email the WWE lawyers, and they'll fix it because they'll see that they made a mistake. But, you know, they recently messed up something else really bad for me, and I fixed that. But I already reached out to the WWE lawyers, and they fixed it. And I didn't want to bother them with this, so it didn't come back up yet. But I'm going to take some parts of the Raw review from last night and re-upload them. And, you know, especially with that situation where we talked to my friend Mike, and you know, he talked about the fact that WWE going to Saudi Arabia, and they're supposed to have this whole women's movement thing, but you know, we're going to go to a place where women don't have equal rights at all, and in fact, our women can't even compete here because this place doesn't treat women right, and the WWE has no problem making some money off them. They don't care. They'll go down there and make the money. They don't give a damn, which is interesting, to say the least. That could be a whole podcast on that, but
certainly the opposite of the message that they've been pushing of, you know, their women's rights and revolution. And so, you know, there's chronic diverticulitis, which the infection and inflammation subsides, but typically it may never clear up completely. Acute is, you know, a case which can be cured and isn't long-term usually. So acute's just like, you know, instant acting. That includes constipation, thin stools, diarrhea, abdominal swelling, bloating, and severe abdominal pain.
Jesus. Maybe I have it. maybe I was right. Maybe I have that shit. Another thing that stood out tonight for me was Daniel Bryan. I normally find his promos to be lackluster, and he started out as typical Daniel Bryan lackluster promo, where he speaks well, but I don't care too much. But I enjoy his music when he comes out, and I usually enjoy what he does in the ring. But he amped it up at the end, and so I enjoyed that. Oh, I think he ended up... Did he say ass? Did he get to swear like Roman Didn't I notice that?
Yeah, he did. He said, he hesitated at first, but then he got it out.
Metal Mastodon goes, Saudi Arabia funded 9/11, but we're too pussy to go after them because of oil. Yeah, it's true, probably. Well, we probably let them do it. That's a whole nother show that we can talk about. We'll have that shit up on the Patreon and on Corrupted about, how the government lets things happen even though they get warnings about it. They got a warning about 9/11. They didn't give a shit multiple times. They got a warning about the Boston bombers. They didn't give a shit. They got warnings several times about this school shooter recently, and they didn't give a shit. So, that tells you right there, our government either doesn't give a shit, is creating these people, or they're just letting it happen because they'll get some benefit out of it. I don't know. Or they're completely just fucking inept and retarded. I mean, there could be that too. I don't know. If you really want to go that route, you could go. People think that Mike was deleted last night after the comments he made. That's why the video is down.
That's why he's gone. Yeah.
It's not why the video's down, though. I promise you that. That was just a simple mistake by WWE and their lawyers, their bots and stuff like that. It's happened a million other times. I don't even talk about it, and I just get it fixed every time. One time I had a major issue, and I called WWE's lawyers, and they fixed it. They were really nice, too. They were like, oh, yeah, apologize for that. It looks good. There's nothing wrong with what you did. We'll fix it. And they did. So credit to WWE there. So they're really responsive over there when they make a mistake. I mean, granted, they shouldn't make a mistake anyway, and YouTube should have better fucking shit on their platform, but, that shit happens, I guess. I suppose. Speaking of YouTube being stupid, we've come to learn, and we will get to the donations. I see the donations here. Peyton Royce is going to chime in. Lagoon. If you guys want to donate tonight, the link is down below. All the amounts are way down at the bottom. You can look there. Use the Streamlabs link to get all the special notifications to pop up. Otherwise, you can just use the $ in the chat to super chat with us. We're a little bit behind, but I paused them. You need to hit the bell. I watched YouTube's video the other day, which was hilariously broken down by my friend The Quartering. I've been friends with this guy since he had 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Used to be called Unsleeved Media. Now he's called The Quartering. Jeremy's been under attack recently because Magic the Gathering banned him because he made some mean tweets to a girl on Twitter one time, but those tweets only became a problem once he announced that he was a Trump supporter. So then he became under attack by the Magic the Gathering community, just absolutely bullying him to pieces, trying to end him. And then he had his whole channel banned, and then it got reinstated, and then Magic the Gathering actually disqualified him from ever playing in tournaments and took away his online deck and his online capabilities to play Magic the Gathering online, all stemming from a simple mean tweet or troll tweet.
You should mention, too, that that's like stealing money.
And it is like stealing money. Listen, I may not agree with all his politics, but why in the world would a company like Magic the Gathering take a guy's thousands of dollar Magic the Gathering online collection? Now, recently, he has exposed the hypocrisy of this situation by explaining that Magic the Gathering has notated that the reason why they kicked him off here was because of this indecent behavior rules and things that they have. Well, it came out recently also that many current and former Magic the Gathering judges are accused of child molestation or having child pornography, and multiple other crazy things. People showing up at Antifa rallies who are violent towards other people, and that all assuming what Magic the Gathering says breaks their rules and laws, yet these people are judges with the Magic the Gathering community, so it's a clear attack on The Quartering and Jeremy. He has recently posted a video breaking down YouTube's bullshit of a fucking video where we find out that YouTube was lying all along, and if you don't hit the subscription button and the bell, then there's a high % chance you will not get notifications from my live videos, you won't get notifications from my regular videos, and there's a possibility that if you don't watch me enough, or you watch me once every couple weeks, you could be even unsubscribed from the channel, basically because of the botting of YouTube's algorithm that thinks for itself. How lovely is that? You clicked on the sub button so you could get alerted at all the videos that I do, but you really need to click the bell. And I know a lot of
clicking the bell doesn't help all the time either, because there's a lot of people in the chat, including myself, that got no notification of the video tonight again.
Right. So still people aren't getting notification. It's still a problem. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about over there, and they're morons. But yeah, that being said, Jeremy, great video earlier. Check out the Courtney's video. It's the best one, yet. I mean, this guy is putting his like whole life on the line to like expose hypocrisy and really take a bullet for everybody. Because he's just fighting against the system. It's crazy, man. You can, even if, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't even support his politics, that just support him anyway, because I'm going to stand up for this guy's right to speech. I don't care if he votes for somebody that I don't like. I don't care if he likes somebody I don't like. It's his right to say what he wants to say. And also, all these crazy people that are out there getting banned everywhere, I don't want them banned. Then they can get down in the subcategories and hide on the internet and start to silent recruit people. And then I can't look them up and find out what they've been saying or doing, really, unless I infiltrate their group. I'd rather have a guy saying these things on platforms that I can actually see what he's saying. Because then I can go, that guy's a fucking nut job, okay? Even if I don't agree with him. I want to hear what you have to say, because then I can know you're a shithead. But if you censor these people to where they have to go into their own little cubby somewhere, then what they do is they grow even further. The hate grows and it becomes camouflaged almost, and then they come on and they attack all of us. And anyway, whatever. We're getting off into a fucking tangent that's for Corrupted's channel. But let's get back to WWE
Sasha
Smackdown.
Just dove outside right onto Bobby Roode. It was a good suicide.
Oh, you
dive.
watch on the Facebook? I'm gonna put that on now too, so I can check that out.
Yeah, they ended up having Becky Lynch fill in for Charlotte.
Man, Sasha was under scrutiny today. People calling her like a bitch and everything, and she's mean to people. And,
under scrutiny yet again. This is not the first time in even, a few recent weeks.
Yeah, I mean, she's multiple times. People say that she's mean at the airport and just mean all these other places. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that.
Wow. Surprising victory there, yeah.
Is it live? Oh, it is live. Yeah. I see that. Finn Balor's looking confused. There's 65,000 people watching it.
Yeah, and Becky Lynch just got the roll-up on Sasha Banks, so looks like Bobby Roode and Becky Lynch are going to the finals.
Wow. Too bad for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. Look at Forehead is so mad right now. She's going to go beat Finn. Forehead's going to beat Finn. No, I'm just kidding. I love Sasha, but what do they do to her? Anyway, why don't you start us off at the beginning of SmackDown and let's go through this thing the right way before I go off into fucking space.
I didn't watch tonight, so I don't know what... No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my Christ, because I missed the first 20 minutes, so...
No, Bobby Roode ran... well, then you're in luck, because Bobby Roode came out with Randy Orton, and they took on Jinder Mahal and Rusev.
That was what made me decide to watch Roseanne.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I saw them come out, and I said, oh, Randy Orton and Bobby Roode... And I put Roseanne on, bro. And I had more fun watching Roseanne than I did whatever the hell happened there. I know it.
I should have followed in your suit, but...
I'm glad you didn't. That's why I didn't text you and be like, dude, you know what you should do? No, I was like, let Jake do it. And I'm going to watch Roseanne. That's exactly what I thought of.
The show was anything but a thriller. I mean, they had a straight-up, 25-minute block here. Almost about a half an hour, actually, of just this match and a few commercial breaks. It was not a good match. Very slow, yet again, methodical, boring. And it all came down to, a little bit of miscommunication. Mahal ended up pushing Bobby Roode into Randy Orton. Orton thought that it was intentional that Bobby Roode hit him. And Orton responded with an RKO. Rusev then hits Orton with the monster kick and pins him. So Jinder Mahal and Rusev win. And this leads to later on in the night, Jinder Mahal saying that he's going to win the U.S. title, and he invites Rusev to WrestleMania to sit front row to watch his match. And Rusev says, well, I'm going to talk to Daniel Bryan now because since I pinned the U.S. champion Randy Orton, I'm going to go ahead and ask to be in the match. And now it's a fatal four-way at WrestleMania.
Wait, who's in the match now, too?
Now Rusev is in the match as well. So we have everybody that was in the main event, the start off of SmackDown.
Oh my God.
So Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev are all going for the U.S. title at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, I'm sure people are going to be happy about Rusev with the whole Rusev Day thing, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that United States Championship is dead.
I mean, we already had a triple threat with the IC belt, so I guess I'm happier to see a little variation with a fatal four-way. And fatal four-ways sometimes work a little bit better than triple threats, depending on who is going to be in the match. I think Rusev will add a little bit more excitement.
Oh, definitely. There was no excitement
Orton
before.
And Mahal, Bobby Roode was the only X factor in that match, if you ask me personally. So adding Rusev will give it possibly a little bit more, flair, a little bit more chance to be exciting.
Dude, this WrestleMania is going to suck dick. Just get me to fucking AJ and Shinsuke and end the show. This is going to suck.
Yeah. And what was funny, too, is because I saw Jason Powell tweet out, he's like, oh, he was covering for his partner, and he's like, I secretly think he's watching Roseanne. He said that he lost power. He said he lost power to a storm, but really he thinks he's just out watching Roseanne. So, once you said that, that's why I started laughing. But
oh, yeah. See, I told you, man. I knew what was up. I was like, fuck this, the whole thing. And then I just fast-forwarded through that and then a couple other things. I caught right up to it. So it was good.
Well, you could have really just skipped the first half an hour and not missed anything. So we're off to a really dull, boring, slow start, all to lead us to the announcement of the Fatal 4-Way now at WrestleMania.
I don't give a shit about the U.S. belt match.
Yeah, I have. The passion's gone, the interest, the intrigue, all of that right out the window. Orton as champion does nothing for me. I would like to see Rusev win it just because he's so over at this point, but I don't see them pulling the trigger. I think they're just adding him because they have nothing else to do with him at this point.
Yeah. It's
just a real unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it's garbage. They're trying to put all these people on, and I don't know what else you do. Once you have a battle royal, you can't just put everybody in the battle royal anymore. I guess they don't even have enough room in the battle royal. You need another battle royal. I mean,
it's already pretty much the NXT battle royal at this point in time. So
this is it's so depressing. I mean, Jinder Mahal and Bobby Roode and Randy Orton, who gives a shit? Randy Orton who cares until he RKOs someone. Bobby Roode is just should be a heel. He's just a Mr. Smiley right now. He's kind of like Rick Rude himself. Like imagine if you made Rick Rude a face and he came out and did the dance thing and said, "Hey everybody, it's me. I love you guys. It's me, Rick Rude." And then that was it. Like you'd be like, this sucks.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Why is Bobby Roode a face? Because he's got an entrance that's like a face entrance
that people can sing along to. People sing along to it in NXT when he was a heel.
It was great when he was a heel. You were like, this guy's an asshole.
Cocky, arrogant, charismatic champion. It made sense with the entrance. You want to adore me. You wish you could be me. I am, the elite. Now you get just a shiny robe. He's a knockoff
just
Flair.
A shiny robe.
That's what he's a knockoff Flair with a decent entrance theme.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Roode, too. He's a guy who, in my opinion, great, really good wrestler and everything, good wrestler, solid wrestler, but again, not somebody that I can't pull out a bunch of Bobby Roode matches and tell you I like them.
No, I like him against Nakamura back in NXT. I really liked most of those matches.
Was good,
They were good, but
he's got to have a good opponent. He's got to have a good opponent.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The Glorious DDT isn't an amazing finisher. He doesn't have a wide, array of moves in his repertoire. Like his moveset is rather limited. But he's a solid rate worker. So if he has someone that sells well that he goes up against that's faster paced, it works out. Right. But we haven't seen that. And then putting him up against boring-ass Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton really kills it because they're just so damn slow-paced workers.
He's a little like Triple H to me, like Bobby Roode. It's like, but it's even a little bit lower than that. But it's like he has solid matches. He's good, but it's like I don't, other than NXT, I don't have any Bobby Roode matches I like. So where's the character there? He's just not, I'm not getting into it. And I'm bored.
There is no character. He has no motivations. He has no rhyme or reason to his actions except he wants to win.
He's like a good guy and he's glorious and he's just.
Well, why is he glorious? You have no idea.
It's stupid. Jinder, he's boring. Randy Orton is boring.
At least Jinder's character is more thought out and developed.
Yeah, Jinder is the best.
I may not care for him, but he's probably the most developed in that match.
Jinder has the best character. Well, I mean, Rusev's going to be over. Jinder and Rusev I would probably be more interested in those two. Like, yeah, I'm dead serious. That. Like, if you put Jinder Mahal as like, I'm coming for the belt, I'm Jinder Mahal, and then Rusev be like, no, it's Rusev Day. That would be a great match because people hate Jinder, and like Jinder would piss you off. and you really want to see Rusev beat Jinder badly. But Bobby Roode and Randy Orton, I don't care if they faced each other one-on-one. I couldn't give a shit who wins that match.
Yeah, one's an entrance, the other one's a finisher.
Yeah, that's
you got the RKO and the Glorious theme, and that's it. Sadly,
so I would rather see Rusev versus Jinder because I could cheer for Rusev then, and I'd know what I'm cheering for.
Yeah,
and even Rusev's a little bit of a mess because they still sort of treat him like a heel, but he's not. So I mean, dude, it's fucking bizarre. Like, do you realize you have a Bobby Roode character who's severely under fucking utilized? You have a Randy Orton who's basically just floating to the next paycheck, and then you got Jinder Mahal. I mean, do you want everyone to fall asleep? Would you did you bring comforters out here for WrestleMania? Did you sell a nice little blanket at WrestleMania? Does your WrestleMania blanket have that smelly shit on it where you sniffing enough it makes you fall asleep so you have a nice little comfortable sleep? Does it come with a MyPillow so you can shove it up your ass? The fuck is WrestleMania going to come with this year? A cup of coffee? Here's a cup of coffee so you don't fall asleep during Jinder and fucking Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. You stupid fucking idiots who write this shit.
You want to know something even more ass backwards?
7 months of begging them to make Shinsuke have a catchphrase. He finally has it. How long is it going to take of begging them to get everybody to have a meaning and a character? Go ahead.
Liz just let me know because I didn't listen. Kurt Angle came out at the end of the Mixed Match Challenge to let us all know that Charlotte will be back next week and she'll be able to compete.
Yeah.
So that means we have Charlotte and Bobby Roode against Miz and Asuka.
There you go.
So we're getting Charlotte and Asuka in a match against each other 5 days before WrestleMania.
Well, no one's going to see it, so I don't care. I'm not going to watch it.
But the point, I don't know. That's your finals, Liz is going to be there for that, so good on her, I guess. But what the fuck?
It is weird.
Shouldn't you have had Balor and Banks win then, just to keep them away from each other?
Well,
wouldn't that have made more sense?
Now they don't want to make them look weak. Like, what is?
Well,
what is
it was
the
perfect
IC
because Charlotte wasn't there tonight, so Charlotte could have kept her strength and build towards WrestleMania. She had an injury that was unavoidable. And Becky Lynch replaced her, and Becky couldn't get the job done. So it falls on Becky's shoulders, and that even leads to a feud later down the line if they want to lead to it.
If The Miz takes a pin, doesn't that mean Asuka gets a loss?
Exactly. So you know that Asuka isn't going to lose.
It's got to be Charlotte, yeah, because they'd be afraid of even having her in a losing situation. So that is so stupid.
I mean, either way, you were having The Miz face Balor, so it was a title match, before Mania. Either way, I know they give matches away all the time. I see people saying that in the chat. I mean, there's an issue right now going on where they just announced that the Hardy Boys, I guess, are supposed to take on. This is the set right now at the Grand Royal Rumble that's coming up in Saudi Arabia. They just announced that the tag team champions, The Bar, will take on the Hardy Boys at the WWE Greatest Rumble show in Saudi Arabia.
Wait, who's going to take on who at Saudi Arabia?
Matt and Jeff Hardy are going to take on The Bar.
We are The Bar!
So not only did you spoil the fact that Jeff's returning, but you basically told us that Braun Strowman isn't going to win the tag titles at Mania.
Oh, wow. What are they, fucking stupid?
How do they fuck this up?
This is so fucking dumb.
I guess they took down the listing right after the fact once they realized.
Man, they are fucking ridiculous.
And people saying, oh, maybe they're trying to trick you. But I don't think they would falsely advertise for their big event in Saudi Arabia when they're trying to build their market there. I don't think it's a con job. I think this was just not supposed to be advertised yet.
They've been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah, they've slipped quite a bit.
Let me play a donation here, see where people are up to.
ShiBUM.
Smackdown Live. Who the fuck cares? Larry fucking Funk is back.
Why am I hearing double? It's freaking me out. What the fuck? The Goon, what's up? He goes Smackdown. Who cares? Larry Funk is back. That's true. Larry Funk called yesterday. It was great to hear from Larry Funk. We're all pretty goddamn happy about that shit. Thank you, Goon, for the $5. And if you guys want to donate tonight, the link is down below and all that other bullshit. What is up, the goon? We got Peyton Royce's pussy. It's going to chime in. And if you guys want to subscribe, make sure you subscribe down below. And make sure you click the bell. Because if you don't click the bell, then you won't get all the videos I do. And you may even get unsubbed if you don't click the bell. So click the bell. Besides the build, this WrestleMania is pretty stacked. Only one match to be added yet with Cena and Undertaker. And I know, yeah, Peyton Royce, I mean, I know that I even mentioned that, you know, a couple months ago when we were talking about the theoretical card. It was like, dude, think about it. Like, you got Undertaker and Cena, Shinsuke and AJ, Roman and Brock, and maybe Matt Hardy. And then we mentioned maybe something else I don't remember, Shane McMahon. You know, now Daniel Bryan's on the card. So it's like, whoa. Like, when you look at it, it is pretty stacked, seemingly.
Well, that's why Vince waited to announce Undertaker. I guess Dave Meltzer reported that today. He said, you know, that's why they had Danielson have his checkup by Dr. Maroon 8 days earlier. Vince was adamant that he didn't want to wait until what would have been this week to shoot the angle they had last week and then have to announce the tag match next week. He wanted Daniel Bryan's return to help push the sale of tickets. He said, The Undertaker and Cena is actually doing the same thing. The idea is that with Daniel Bryan's return, Ronda Rousey's first match, and Nakamura and AJ, as well as Brock Lesnar and Roman, Vince thought, I have a loaded card, and we can wait until the last week to push Cena and Undertaker. That might not have been the best decision, though, because although the Raw ratings were up, there's still a considerable amount of tickets left to sell. Apparently, the Hall of Fame, Mania, and the SmackDown after WrestleMania have a lot of tickets left. This isn't the best year at all for ticket sales, they said.
I wouldn't be surprised at what they've done. And here's the other thing. I mean, we knew, plus we're all bored, right? There's no good stories really happening. And we knew these were going to be the matches. Like, I'm pretty sure we nailed every one of these matches, aside from maybe the Daniel Bryan thing. And even then we did. We were saying, like, that news was out there.
We said if that didn't happen, then, you know, there was no payoff for it. And that was kind of why we were upset by it. But
yeah, we thought, like,
we
were like, oh, it's going to be like Daniel Bryan versus Shane, and then Undertaker versus Cena. And we went through the whole, and then Roman versus Brock, and Shinsuke versus AJ. We had all the matches. And except for, you know, the Daniel Bryan thing was a long shot, but we were like, oh, it seems to be what they're doing. And then they backed out of that and went this route with it. But still, it's still in one way it's happening. He's on Shane's team instead. And yeah, and then we thought, you know, I don't know, do we know about Rousey, or I don't know, I remember us talking about that. I don't know though.
No, we didn't know that until, well, we knew that she was going to wrestle, but
someday, yeah, we didn't.
Yeah. But we didn't know that it was definite. I mean, it was rumored to be set up for Mania with The Rock originally. But now we're also getting word that The Rock signed something with his insurance company so that he can do something in ring. He's not allowed to have a match.
Oh.
But there'll be some interaction, and they're trying to do an angle between him and Elias, like we said. So that'd be cool to see some form of, like, The Rock concert return.
All right. Him dueling with Elias would be pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
I'm down for seeing that shit. By the way, guys, if you're in the watching right now on your tablet, your cell phone, your desktop, your laptop, go ahead and click that thumbs up and stick that thumb directly up my ass. Okay? And by the way, since Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens want to do kayfabe here, and apparently they're fired, and by the way, it's Joe Day today. It's National Joe Day, which is got to be a good sign, you know. My dad's birthday is today, and his name was Joe, and I named my show after my dad, so this has got to be some kind of weird, good thing for us, although I feel like I'm getting sick. My throat and everything feels weird. And I did go hockey. I played hockey this morning, so.
Oh, there you go. I have 101-degree fever, and I'm still here, so shush.
You have 101 fever?
I've been sick all day. It sucks.
I just feel a feeling. You know when you feel it coming? Which I hope doesn't happen, because I got a lot of shit to do this weekend. So I hope that I got to go to New Jersey. Anybody want to hang out with me on the way to New Jersey? I'll be making stops all along the road. We can all party on the truck stops.
Yeah, there's quite a few people in Connecticut that wanted to see you along the way. They tweeted you earlier, so.
We do something in Connecticut. Whatever we do, let's not get shot, though. No, I'm just kidding.
Or raped. You don't want to come to my house and get raped. I mean, it's either way.
That I do want to do.
Oh, all right.
I tweeted it out. I mean, Sami Zayn and Kevin, I mean, they're technically fired, right? So that means they can come on my show. So I tweeted them out and I pinned it. You guys could retweet the shit out of this. Come on my show. WWE cannot stop you now because you're fired. And I tweeted, make sure, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, El Generico. His T-shirts are going back up on Pro Wrestling Tees, by the way. El Generico shirts. That's funny. Joe Villa can't stop this interview. And I sent that to Road Dogg. That's right. You hear that, Joe Villa? You hear that, Joey Villa? I know it's National Joe Day, but I'm Joe too. And you know what, Joe Villa? You know what happens when you won't let Joe Cronin interview WWE superstars? Huh, Joe Villa? Huh? You know what happens? Huh? Huh? We chop off your dick! All right, I'm sorry. But seriously, fuck Joe Villa. You listening, Joe Villa? Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm deadly serious. I picture Joe to have a fucking... he still has that douchey 1980s Miami Vice fucking wireless cell phone that he carries around just to be retro, just to be a douchehole. And I picture he goes to Yankee Stadium every once a week, only once a week, though, because that's all he can afford. And he goes in there and he sits there with his favorite pack of baseball cards, and he shuffles the deck as he watches the Yankees game. And then he's got that big gold chain around his neck, probably big greasy piece of shit. He thought it was worth $1,000, but he bought it off some pawn shop who stole it from an angry midget who made the thing in his basement. And he opens up his wallet, and there's a picture of Billy Crystal's dick in there. That's what I picture. That's what I think is going on with Joe Villa, but that's just my opinion and the WWE office that won't let wrestlers come on my show. I'm calling them pussies, I think is what I'm doing. But yeah, so that's what
indirectly.
Well, no, maybe. But anyway, where were we on the SmackDown review?
So after the intro, we get Becky Lynch versus Ruby Riott, which is literally some form of the match we've gotten since November. I've gone back and I checked because I wanted to see. And since they've actually been called up, with the Riott Squad, they've faced Naomi, Charlotte, or Becky Lynch each week on SmackDown since. There's been some, one of those three facing one of those three. Or all six, 3-on-3. Ridiculous. That was the thing of the night. Like I said, they did do a better job building towards WrestleMania tonight. I'll give them that. They set up some things. They announced the Fatal 4-Way. Daniel Bryan announced his tag team match. They built up more with the tag team match. And then we got to see a little bit between AJ and Nakamura, which I did enjoy. But it was just, we've seen it all before. Literally everything tonight has been there, done that. And that's the problem with SmackDown. We cannot get to the shakeup fast enough. Never mind WrestleMania. They need new talent. They need to, change things up. Because they've basically gone through every iteration they can of matches at this point.
It won't even matter, though, with these writers. It's not going to matter.
I mean, at least we can see a few new faces in there to face each other. We've gotten the same matches repetitively for the better part of a whole year now.
I mean, that definitely has made it way worse because you're like, here they are again facing each other. But it's in the end, it's really not going to matter too much because these writers, this week-to-week storytelling usually just blows. So it's going to suck anyway. But, whatever. The women are they're like overpopulated now. Like Bayley, Sasha, and fucking Becky Lynch should all have a match to see which one of them can go back down to NXT. The winner gets to go back to NXT and be glorious.
There you go.
Can you
the
imagine,
loser becomes the women's champion.
Imagine Sasha showing back up at NXT, man, and she beats somebody for the title, beats Ember Moon.
I went back the other day and I watched their match, their one at Brooklyn Takeover.
Yeah.
How fucking amazing that was. So good.
I love
that. So
damn
good.
Dude, I was such a mark for Sasha when she came out with that belt. When her music hit and she came out walking with that belt like I'm this shit, I was like, dude, I love this person. This is amazing. Like, I was a Sasha Banks fan. Okay? I am so mad because I enjoyed her character and what she did, and then I enjoyed what she did in the ring. I bought a Sasha Banks t-shirt. I never bought a female's t-shirt before in my life. My whole life. Pretty sure, yep. I think I tried to smell Miss Elizabeth's panties one time, but that was it. So I had the glasses and everything because I was like, yeah, Sasha's the shit. Like, this is great. I'm a grown man buying a fucking female wrestler's shirt. Like, that's how good it was. That's crazy. I'm not some follower or whatever the fuck. It was NXT, and I decided I liked her that much. It was crazy. So I had Sasha Banks, a character I enjoyed and a wrestler I enjoyed in matches in NXT that I really enjoyed. That if you told me that Sasha Banks was wrestling somebody, Bayley maybe, or anybody, at an NXT event, and it was back in 2013 or 14 or whatever it was, I would pay money to go see that. I'd be like, you know what, Leah, I'm going out on Tuesday night because they're wrestling at NXT down the street. They're wrestling in Boston, at NXT Boston, whatever the fuck it is. Even at a local, whatever the fuck. I'd be like, I'm going to see that shit. I'm going to go pay for a ticket, and I'm actually going to go out and do this. And I would want to do that. Other nights when there's wrestling and stuff like that, I don't even think about setting that up and being like, hey, you know, I want to go to this event. I just think, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go. And but that Sasha, that version of her, would make me want to buy a ticket and go out there. And the other person that made me want to buy a ticket and go somewhere is Matt Hardy when he was in TNA. And now the Matt Hardy character is dead. WWE's made that clear by putting Matt Hardy in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah,
and Jeff will be a surprise entrant.
And even worse than that is we have Baron Corbin, Mojo, Ty, Dillinger, Dash Wilder, and Scott Dawson. So it's pretty much the NXT reunion plus Matt Hardy.
Ugh.
And even more so is that we have, an announcement. They had a incredible segment apparently with Bray Wyatt at the Buffalo House show. So I went and I watched it, and it was really good. And now you have the former leader of the Wyatt family known as Woken Wyatt. And it was really well done. There's been no physical change since Wyatt came out of the Lake of Reincarnation, and it might be a slower process, similar to what they did with Brother Nero, but it was a really cool moment to see Wyatt embrace Matt in the ring, and the back and forth promo, and Matt was just really intelligent sounding, as odd as that is. The whole thing was great. Yet we get some bullshit promo from him on Raw last night that just said, oh, I deleted him, and then he made his chance, and that was it. Why don't we get the things that we get on the house show? Why don't we get the things that they put up on YouTube?
No, I don't understand how it all works.
Who's deciding this?
I don't understand how it all works now. All I know is I think that, if I'm correct, the house shows and stuff are booked by different agents and stuff like that. Like they go, this is what we're going to be doing on the house show, and somebody goes, hey, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of times I know they're testing for matches and things like that with the house shows, and that's how they prepare for it.
Yep.
But, come on. It's extremely frustrating. It is.
Well, let's take a phone call. Let's go out of nowhere and take a phone call. 447, whatever that number is. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man? What do you got?
Hey, I'm actually calling here from the UK.
I thought it was a UK number. What are you doing, man? I can't believe you guys are able to stay awake for this.
Yeah, man, it's like 4 a.m.
I know, man. But yeah, what's up? Yeah, what are you calling about? What's up?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that you're the biggest piece of
You got that? Here, do you need help? Here, let me help you. You're the biggest piece of crap in the entire world. Even in that shithole of a fucking country you're in right now. Say that. What?
The biggest piece of faggot I have ever seen in my life.
Are you French?
No.
Why are you so quiet?
Are you a bitch? Are you a virgin?
Are your parents waking up? Is that what's happening right now?
No, your parents are brothers and sisters, you piece of shit.
My parents are brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Are you white?
No.
Okay. What's your background? Because I can barely understand your English.
What's yours?
What's mine?
What a comeback!
Wow. How about here's what I want you to do, okay? There's got to be a store somewhere near you. They probably have rope. Oh, never mind. Hey, do you paint your nails? Go paint. If you don't paint your nails right now. And I want you to walk down the street and find the first male you can find.
You don't get laid.
I have 3 kids.
You have 3, but they're adopted.
Well, why don't you go watch some fucking football or something? Go watch some fucking faggot kick a soccer. Go watch a faggot kick a football, soccer, whatever they call it over there. Watch them kick that ball. They 1-0 score.
You're just mad that your dad touched you when you were a kid.
My dad touched me? I got 3 kids, bro. I got a wife and 3 kids. I mean, do you have better jokes than this? This is horrible, bro. This is one of the worst.
Like your dad touched you when you were a little boy.
I didn't understand him into the.
Wow, man, you are so rapey sounding.
You must be whacking off.
I think you're jacking off right now. Like I really like. Your dad.
He's tweaking his nipples every time he gets a sentence out. I'm talking to Joe Cronin.
Your daddy touched you. Are you really in the UK? Yeah, you are, because you got that UK number, huh? I thought Americans were the only fucking faggots, but my God, man, you guys are crazy over there. Good thing you guys don't have guns over there. You would have killed somebody already.
Or yourself.
What else you got, you fucking silent piece of shit, 4 a.m. in the morning? What are you looking at right now? You looking at nudie pictures of boys' dicks?
I know what you're not looking at. You're not looking at a pussy, bitch.
I know what you're not looking at. I know what you're not looking at. You're not looking at pussy, bitch. What is this, fucking 5th grade? Oh my God, bro. Please tell me you're 14 or something. How old are you?
21. How old are you?
You're 21?
Oh
my Christ, dude. I'm sorry for you. You have not had sex yet. I can tell that now. If you were 14, it would have been like, all right, I get it, man. But you're 21? Bro, when I was 21, I was out getting laid, not calling somebody's YouTube show at fucking 4 in the morning. You got that? I know you guys don't have guns anymore, but you guys have knives over there. You can, it'd be real quick. Be a better life for you.
Takes a special kind of idiot to wait till 4 in the morning their time.
This guy called
and fail at trolling.
This guy called over and over again, dude. Over and over again. That guy, I got $50 to say he don't have a dad. Number 1, he doesn't have a dad. And number 2, his brother or sister touched him when he was little. I'm going to say that right now. That's
and
my
his
guess.
uncle. His uncle.
What the fuck was that? That was the worst fucking prank call. That was one of the worst. I've had a bunch of bad ones here, but that is one of the worst ones.
I guarantee his mom walked up to him recently and said, "I should have swallowed you."
You don't look at pussy. You don't look at pussy, bro. You don't look at pussy. Oh my God, dude. It's crazy. Me and Leah are always doing it. It's crazy. Leah, we do it like every week.
Hold says this guy's on Jeff Hardy drugs. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got that thing where she can't get pregnant anymore, so. Can you stop bragging about that? It's amazing. We should sell it.
You've got 3 kids. It's all been an artificial insemination or immaculate conception.
You know who would get mad, though, at that? If like, let's say, like, I didn't have a wife and I didn't have kids and, like, I wasn't getting sex anymore or something like that. That's when somebody would get mad. You know what I mean? You'd be like, fuck. But I'm just sitting here like this is hilarious. Like, it's 4 in the morning. This guy can barely speak. I think he might have an IQ of 79. I think he might be literally a few more points away from having Down syndrome, based on what I heard off that phone call.
Yeah, I wonder if that was his actual number.
No, I don't know. I
wonder
mean,
if it could be. It was just that or a Skype, because I swear I didn't mean to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put it in the chat. I was just trying to copy something, but I put it in the chat.
It's just like, how do you stay awake to watch? First of all, you stayed awake to watch a fake sport. You stayed awake to watch a predetermined bunch of sweaty people fake fight each other, and then after that, you called my show to say, you don't look at pussy. Like, what the fuck? What the hell, man? I thought Americans were dumb.
Yeah.
UK? And I was trying to narrow down what the problem.
Your parents are brother sister.
I'm
not
like,
brother and sister.
Maybe he's
brother,
got like
sister.
an accent. Maybe he's like a fucking foreigner type. I mean, I don't know. So I asked him what he was. Like, he wouldn't tell me though. He just sounded like retarded. My God, man.
Metal Mastodon. That's gross, but you're probably right.
That guy. I mean, if he's on the 3rd floor, you could probably just jump out the window and land on your head, and it would be good. You know?
Yeah.
I think that guy wants to whack off to us.
I don't doubt it. NG Fresh said, the same thing, and
he called like 70 times too. He did.
Yeah, Metal Mastodon said that he wanted a vial of your semen. So,
well, man, I'll tell you what. I bet you. I don't know what. I can't really see the future, but I'm hoping that a female who really like a female chokes him to death. Like, I hope that's how he dies. I hope that's how that caller. Yeah, because imagine how funny that'd be. Like, that guy is killed by a woman who chokes him to death in like a convenience store, pub or something, and it's all because he said he looked at her wrong or something, and then she chokes him to death, and then says that it was self-defense, and then that's it. She doesn't get in trouble, but he's dead because a female choked him to death because he sounded very skinny. Like, I'm gonna bet that he was very tiny arms, very skinny person. Again, I don't think Daddy was home. Or Daddy's a lesbian now, or Daddy turned transgender or something. Something happened with that guy. Let's hit play again.
ShiBUM.
What's up, Joe and Jake? Forgot Smackdown was even on tonight, lol. I suppose I didn't miss much. Charlotte should go to see Kevin Dunn and Apollo Crews dentist. And remember to use Aquafresh toothpaste. Lol.
Hey, it's not a bad idea to use Aquafresh, Bry Guy. Thanks for the $5. Because I think Colgate was the one that had the real bad cancer levels recently. So, always switch up your toothpaste if you can. 6 months on this toothpaste, 6 months on Crest, then go back to the other one and keep switching it around. That way, if there's some fucking weird materials in there, you don't just use them for 6 years and keep giving yourself that chemical. Give your body a chance to reset off the old chemical. Assuming they don't all use the same one, and then you're fucked. Liz Castillo, what's up? Thank you for the subscribing to the channel, and welcome to the show. Maybe Liz will be the one to choke that sorry son of a bitch's life to death. Alexis, I'm just mad that he fucking called 70 times and fucking, like, we wasted time talking to, like, fucking an idiot. Alexis, sweet ass. Randy Orton has always been boring as face. He should never be a face. Cards are always subject to change, I say. Braun and Elias do win titles at Mania, says Alexis Sweetass. Yeah, that could be cool. But, yeah, Randy Orton, though, I honestly think that even as a heel, he wouldn't do too well now. But, because Randy Orton does well when they, like, go all in with Orton. When they go all in with Randy Orton, it's pretty good. But I think Randy's just mailed it, and he's like, I'm going to go out there and smile. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to get paid. That's about it. That's all he cares. Bruins are tied with the Jets. The Bruins coming back.
That's about as phoned in as you can get.
And this Shane McMahon thing looks to be a work. Otherwise, WWE wouldn't have announced the tag match.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's just weird that they mentioned diverticulitis acute. I mean, maybe they were pouring it on so they could give an excuse for him not to be there, or maybe he really has the hernia, so they threw all the other stuff around. I mean, I don't know. It's very bizarre. I think they're trying to give him an out because of something going on, but at the same style, he's still going to be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
I would have Taker versus Cena match unannounced.
I would have Taker versus Cena match unannounced. I mean, that's kind of, you mean like how they're doing it now? It's kind of unannounced right now. Matt Hendrick.
Yeah, it's still not declared an actual match. I think that's what they're going to do going into Mania.
Yeah, I mean, you have him come out and do the same gimmick as tonight. Like, where are you? We never got The Undertaker, blah, blah, blah. And then he's going to come out. And will he be American Badass? Or will he be The Undertaker?
Yeah.
I'm not really
ShiBUM.
It could work.
Been watching WWE in parts only for 1 year.
Especially if we
Takes
get one more.
me 5 minutes to watch the whole show. How do they expect ticket sales with such boring storylines, uncharismatic wrestlers, and Repetitive matches every week. Also, women are overrated in today's age. Sandwich.
Dickie Nas, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Yeah, it's hard. You've been watching. Oh, is it because this is your first year watching, or is this you just only been watching a little bit this year because of how bad it is? I'm not really sure. Pooh, thanks for subbing.
It has been very rinse and repeat for the past about 9 months or so.
Yeah.
And as far as Shane thing goes, it was so specific of a diagnosis, too, that made it really concerning, because typically they don't give that much information. They're kind of vague unless it isn't kayfabe. So I think because it is an acute case of it, that he is able to be treated and treated. That's why apparently he's already discharged, from what I've read.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just weird that they threw all those things on there. It sounded real.
It was very odd.
That was the worst call I've ever heard. Fucking British fag virgin. What the fuck? It's probably one of those fucking terrorists they let in the country over there. Peyton, thank you very much. Oh, was that controversial?
Shout out to the JCS historian Kara in the chat. Her and Monica were keeping up the points on Friday on Monetize This. She says, "How do you make the same mistake twice?" I said, "It's the wrong copy and paste. What are you going to do? You know?" But
hey, what do you think of? I don't know the donations coming, but what do you think of the weird Ronda Rousey?
It was so bizarre. I listened to your video that I had to go and check out the interviews. And how do you want to go back into? I think he meant to say like, in due time, do you think you'll go back to MMA? And he just kind of mumbled up his words.
They all did. It seemed like they were all kind of like intimidated by her. Yeah, in the interviews, and that like made her angry, like because they weren't.
Well, you pointed out the grilling fuck you face. She had like a serious case of resting bitch face. As pretty as she is, she can mean mug them like the best.
But she was pretty in those interviews. Why does her makeup on Raw look like cum? Like, I mean,
I don't know. It's a night and day difference.
The red eyes
like she went
was
through
fine.
Plastic surgery on Raw. And
no, it just looks like she threw on some cheap, like, fucking makeup for old ladies. Like, the red eyes was fine. The red eyes was fine. But, like, whatever she had on her face, this made her look like a weirdo. And then on the interviews, she looked fabulous. The fuck? Party. Matt the Misfit.
That caller now Vanguard 1 locked onto him and we become obsolete and be deleted.
I wish I wasn't so tired.
Come soup caller.
Thank you, Matt the Misfit, for the $5. I wish I wasn't so tired. Either I'm getting a little bit sick or I need to have some water and go to sleep. But I'm really tired right now. I will say that I am fucking tired right now, and I think I might be getting sick. And you are sick, so we're kind of sitting here like trugging along right now. We're gonna end the review in a few minutes here. We're not gonna go late tonight because me and Jake we're not feeling too good. You know, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna do PUBG like we normally do. But we'll rest up, and tomorrow night, out of nowhere, 11 p.m. tomorrow night, right here, and it's gonna be awesome. And again,
I shit you not, I got stuck 7 fucking times today. 6 times to take blood, they couldn't get it, and they actually got the needle stuck in my arm. I won't show up in the camera, but I have a huge fucking broken vein bruise spot in my arm. Goddamn ignorant sons of bitches,
dude. That's like a nightmare for me. I hate that.
Caller, go to bed and watch porn for the first time.
That caller was hilarious, man. His parents were in the next. I mean, like you say, he was 21. I don't know how you call. Well, who calls at like 21 and he goes like, "Well, because you're pussy." Like the best was when he laughed the first time because he was really trying to keep it together to like be funny or whatever. He just thought it was funny. See, like you got to be way better than that if you're calling me, because it's like that stuff doesn't work. You can call like that stuff might work with Steven Larson. You can call them and be like pee-pee, and then they're like, "Oh, how dare you." But if you do that with me, it's like, show it up. Pull it out. Let's see what's going on. It's not going to work here. It's not going to fucking work here, unfortunately. No, but seriously, fuck those guys. They blew my cover. But no, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be releasing a vocal track, I guess, if you want to call it. Me and Ken kind of did one, but I'm going to, commentary, I guess you'd call it, over the WrestleMania footage from last year, where I'm going to give backstory on a lot of the things that are going on and stuff. It's kind of cool. I watched my WrestleMania vlogs from last year, last night, and it was so funny because I was sitting there with JD, and we're like, hey, and it's like, who would have thought that a year later he would have sent me a cease and desist for a bunch of stuff that was a lie, and Adam Blampier would be banished to some cave somewhere.
Yeah, really. That's true, too.
The fuck?
How about Dean Ambrose being pulled from Access and Road Dogg might ruin the Hall of Fame? Like he does SD Live.
I'm not really sure about Dean being pulled. I saw that, and I don't understand what that's about. Because if you're trying to bring him back and surprise people, that seems like it's drawing attention to him. But with Road Dogg, I don't understand all the hate for Road Dogg as far as the Hall of Fame. I really don't. I'm excited. I like that Road Dogg is inducting Jeff Jarrett. What is that? He was getting crazy hate on Twitter. And I think that has to do with SmackDown. But
what's up, guys?
I think it is.
Can't believe WWE took down your Raw review. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Keep kicking ass, guys.
You know, it was their bots. You know, again, it was their bots. You know, they don't even know. You know what I mean? I know 100%. The second I call the WWE legal department, they'll look at that video and they'll be like, "Oh," and they'll fix it. But again, I just hit them up recently for something else. I didn't want to bother them with this. They didn't do anything worse. But thank you, Jay. Go check out Jay on pwpnation.com. pwpnation.com, the site with the best wrestling news. They got a bunch of shit on there. I'm so
They're going
to
use that now.
No. If they're going to use something, I got to make a better song than that. I think I'm getting sick.
You better not. I think I have a sinus thing going on.
Yeah, I feel like
when I got off last night and I was like, I feel like shit, and I started shivering. I thought maybe I'm just cold, and then I woke up with a fever, and I haven't been able to break it all day. And you better not be getting sick too. That would suck.
I don't know. Hopefully it's something little. It's just like a face cold or something. It could just be that I'm really tired and I need water too. That could really be it, to be honest. I'm not sitting here trying to complain. I'm just trying to give you guys a reason why we're going to be ending the show in just a second here. I think Jake needs rest. I need rest. I'd love to play PUBG. I really want to, really badly, but that's just, tonight we're gonna take a break. But I thank everybody who's been doing everything on Twitch. We're gonna kick ass tomorrow night. There's a lot of shit to talk about, and we're gonna do it out of nowhere. We're gonna take phone calls.
Long time since I donated. I wish I could donate more because you deserve it.
Oh.
Himmel God better watch out when I win Powerball. Which 5 matches for WM are you most excited for, and where in the match order? You are the whole fucking YouTube.
Wow.
Cronin of Joe.
Metal Mastodon. Thank you very much, man. And yeah, I think, the good thing is I think Himmel God made up for you, for anybody who wasn't donating a Metal Mastodon. Yeah. But yeah, shit. Powerball. If you won Powerball, that would be nuts. Yeah, dude, if I won Powerball, I'd be dropping millions on some people. But, the first one is Nakamura AJ. And the second is Charlotte's match, and after that, I don't care.
You should have Ken on your music CD and maybe put that monetize this song on Patreon.
Patreon. I might. I possibly might. It all depends on if I do the music CD. I was sort of trying to see the interest from people. I don't know how the interest would be. We sell a CD. We sell a CD player. We sell a package deal. So you can get the CD player and both CDs mailed to you, $29.99, or you can just get both CDs for something like fucking, I don't know, $14.99 or something. Thank you, Jake DeMo.
I'll hand deliver them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. It'll be a little bit of an extra fee, but
I'll hand deliver them and then stuff them up somebody's ass.
Ooh, that's the VIP package.
Party. Sasha can peg me and I'll ask for it harder and faster while I call her mommy while she smiles at her good boy.
Donald Trump, thanks for the $5.
Grab that by the pussy.
Yeah, if you want the if you wanted just the CDs, then yeah, we could probably do $14.99. But if you wanted like the CDs and the CD player, I don't know if it's $29. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I thought it'd be a fun little gimmick thing. You get a CD player, then you get my 2 CDs, and then that's kind of cool. You can whip out a CD player again. But
You just want to bring back CD players.
No, I don't want to bring back CD players. I mean, I have them already still. You know why I'm hot? I know what it is. I'm wearing a shirt under the sweatshirt too. Whenever I wear a shirt under the sweatshirt, I start feeling like, whoo, it's hot in here. I need to take my shirt off, and then take my clothes off.
You get naked
Fuck
on
it,
camera.
Jake. Let's play PUBG. No, I'm just kidding. We're really going to go. We're going to get out of here because I'm just so fucking dead, bro. I mean, we're done.
I was dying to play, too. If you had gone through, I would have stuck with it. But, yeah, I feel your tired thing. Tomorrow night, we'll be all out. Unfortunately, I have bad news that Connor won't be here. He has some, I believe, somebody coming in he has to pick up at the airport. So
I know who's coming in.
Do you?
Oh, no, never mind. Is it it's like a family member or something?
I think it's his mother that's arriving.
Mother!
I know he told me before, and I forgot because I'm an idiot. But
Connor's mommy's coming home. I'm sorry. I love you guys. We're just fucking around. Listen, we'll see you tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. It's going to be fucking amazing on Out of Nowhere tomorrow night because there's a lot of wrestling news. We're going to go crazy. We're going to go nuts. We're going to take your phone calls, take your questions. And thanks to everybody who became a patron. Got a lot of new patrons right now.
One more thing, Nikki Cross is bae. She is mine. Don't care if Killian Dane is dating her.
Oh, no. Matt Hendricks is coming after Nikki Cross. She's pretty cool.
He loves her. That's his favorite.
Yeah, he's always talking about her. Let me just say, special shout out to a bunch of people on Patreon. Holy crap. We got a Zero Tolerance. Thank you, Matt Hendricks, for that $5 again, too. Matt the Misfit going crazy. We got Zero Tolerance going to $5. Ben Adams going to $5. Matt the Misfit is back with $5. Medic Lucky is back with $5. Lauren O'Brien going from $1 to $5. Thus making us hit our highest ever patron support on Patreon ever. And we have more content than ever before on Patreon. Hours of content a week. And we passed the goal of 316. Austin 316. We passed it. We are at 317 patrons. And someone said, oh, that's too bad. Now you got to go backwards so you can get to 316. Fuck that. I'm going for 420. I want to smoke a bong on Patreon if we get to 420. So that's what we're doing. You want me to choke it?
No, toke it, choke it, all of it.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., right here on the Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel. See you tomorrow night. Jake DeMarco at Countdown Ended on Twitter, and you can hit me up on my new Twitter account, which is not the one that's over there. It's wrong. It's not that anymore. It's at Real Cronin. At Real Cronin. Take it away, Jim Cornette. Forehead fuck.
Because I mentioned the Joe Cronin guy. Hey, you suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot. Here's another fucking uncircumcised prick and pickle licker that I'd like to just mention. Joe Cronin. Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. You suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot.
Joe Cronin Show. Wrestling talk with attitude.